Right now at 10, day one of the state track and field meet is wrapping up. Thousands of athletes and their families are in La Crosse, bringing in revenue for local businesses. And President Biden addresses the nation after the Senate passes a budget bill set to ward off a default. Plus, a bittersweet day at Lincoln Middle School. Students leave classes for the last time as the historic building is set to close at the end of the summer.
Watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Dua Srar. Ken is off tonight. Today and tomorrow, thousands are descending on La Crosse for a weekend that UW La Crosse officials say is probably busier than move-in day. UWL is the official location for the annual WIAA High School Track Meet. The state's best high school track athletes are competing at Veterans Memorial Field for a chance to become a state champion. UWL police officers say those not going to the meet should take detours around campus.
I think the more people that stay away that are local community, as far as if they can bypass, that'd be great. But I think it's flowing pretty good. I think we're doing a good job as far as moving them along as fast as we can.
Officers recommend avoiding La Crosse Street. And with the influx of people to La Crosse, hotels and restaurants are handling more customers. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joins us live in studio with what the crowds mean for the city. Jeremy?
Dua, with 3,000 athletes and their families coming to La Crosse, the WIAA State Track and Field Meet is leaving a huge economic impact on the city. From the restaurants to the stands, Wisconsinites are flocking to UWL for the big track and field meet. For over 30 years, the university has been home to the meet, generating $4 million for the city of La Crosse.
And brings such an impact to all the great businesses and everybody here in town.
Restaurants, including Rudy's Drive-In, are feeling the impacts.
It's double what a normal day is. We had a few teams stop in last night for supper or whatever. Everybody started coming into town.
It's the largest sporting event in the Coulee region. And this isn't the only large track event happening in La Crosse this summer.
We actually are able to host USA Track and Field Regional Championship, which is an 8-state regional championship that's actually coming up later in July.
Burr says 1,200 athletes will be competing in July, bringing in more revenue to the city. The meet wraps up tomorrow, and UWL is set to be the host for the next 5 years. Dua.
Thanks, Jeremy. Our own Rob Schiff will have the latest on local athletes competing later in sports. And speaking of sports, what a perfect day to be out there competing until some of that rain started pouring down.
Right, and it was much needed rain at that, Dua. We received 1/10 of an inch here in La Crosse, 1/5 of an inch here at the TV station. Numbers for today, we were in the 80s and 90s. 92 is the high in La Crosse, 92 is the high in Sparta, 89 in Black River Falls. Eau Claire made it to 91, 86 from Preston down to Decorah. Rochester made it to 84 degrees. Outside right now, we have clear skies at the airport. 71 degrees is the current temperature. Humidity is up at 81%. We have a nice calm wind out there at this hour. Eau Claire, good evening to you guys. You're at 69 degrees. Humidity is at 84% with winds out of the northeast at 7 miles per hour. And right now, look at this. This temperature map, not bad at all on a Friday night in June. Upper 60s, low 70s. 69 in Sparta, 70 Viroqua, 68 in Ladysmith, 68 in Preston, as well as Decorah. Prairie du Chien, good evening to you guys. You're at 73 degrees. As we take a look here at CityCam, you can see again a gorgeous, gorgeous evening out there. We have clear skies. Now, Dua, coming up in the first warn forecast, we do have rain chances in the forecast. We have temperatures staying in the 90s, and then that temperature, it's going down, and we're not necessarily on timber either.
All right, thanks, Eric.
You bet.
President Biden addressed the nation today after the Senate passed legislation that essentially prevented the country from defaulting on its bills. CBS's Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Passing this budget agreement was critical. The stakes could not have been higher.
In an Oval Office address Friday night, President Biden hailed the newly passed budget and debt agreement that heads off an unprecedented default.
No one got everything they wanted, but the American people got what they needed. We averted an economic crisis, an economic collapse.
The bill, which was brokered by the president and Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, raises the nation's debt limit past the 2024 presidential election. It essentially freezes domestic spending for 2 years, while hiking Pentagon spending by 3%. Not enough for some GOP senators worried about limits to defense spending.
The people who negotiated this, I wouldn't let them buy me a car.
While Republican negotiators tout spending cuts, President Biden points to protections for programs including Social Security, Medicare, and medical care for veterans.
Medicare is protected, and so are millions of people most in need.
The president says he will sign the bill on Saturday, just ahead of the Monday deadline when the Treasury Secretary says the U.S. will run short of cash to pay its bills. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Fitch, a credit rating agency, is warning that it could still downgrade the U.S. credit rating despite the debt ceiling deal. Its analysts believe repeated political standoffs around the debt limit lowers confidence that U.S. lawmakers can govern on fiscal and debt matters. Well, for many people, the last day of school is a celebration. For the staff and students at Lincoln Middle School, it's a bittersweet day. Back in January, the La Crosse School Board voted 6-2 to shut down Lincoln Middle School after years of declining enrollment and lack of state funding in the district. This afternoon, students and staff walked the halls of the nearly 100-year-old building for the last time. Principal Alex Hubing says many of the teachers have spent their entire career at Lincoln Middle. He says the school has a close-knit staff and community that will be hard to leave.
Leaving a place like this, although it's just a building, it really has created some, important parts of people's lives that they'll carry with them.
Hubing says while moving on is hard, students are more adaptable to change than adults. Staff at Lincoln Middle will be moving to different schools throughout the district. Hubing says he's headed to West Salem Elementary School. Well, a local art gallery hopes to remind people about the good in the world by partnering with students over 6,800 miles away. The La Crosse Luoyang Friendship Association presented its United in Hope art show at the River City Gallery. Over 100 students from La Crosse's sister city, Luoyang, China, partnered with Logan's and Central High School and UWL to create art pieces that represent the theme. Ron Schultz, president of the La Crosse Luoyang Friendship Association, says art shows that people around the world can work together for a better future.
As we all know, the world is a pretty divided place. You can find that pretty easily. So we thought that we would try to do an art showcase featuring local students and students in China under the theme United in Hope.
A few local pieces are featured in the gallery and more than 70 are on video. Luoyang also had their own United in Hope exhibition. The showcase was the first part of Friday downtown art walks at River City Gallery. Well, after the break, it's National Donut Day. La Crosse's Salvation Army is following in historic footsteps by spreading one of America's favorite treats to area organizations.
With Bygoff and Rohde, you don't just get a lawyer. You get the experience and power of our entire team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and researchers. Bygoff and Rohde, your personal injury law firm for over 50 years.
Own the outdoors with 11% off Masterforce 80-volt power tools, delivering all the power of gas without the maintenance. This 80-volt brushless cordless pole saw is designed with performance in mind and is only $239.99 after rebate. The entire 80-volt line is powered by brushless motors for ultimate performance and productivity. The 80-volt brushless cordless self-propelled lawnmower is designed with power and performance in mind and is $529.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Just one drop. Oh! Gorilla Super Glue Micro Precise. Of course!
Precise application, controlled dispensing with Gorilla Strength. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
When the insurance company sees Bygoff and Rohde on the other side, they know they're in for a fight. It's your life, but it's our fight. And they know that if they're not being fair with us, they will find themselves in court, and that's how Bygoff and Rohde gets results for its clients.
Well, what better way to celebrate Friday than with a nice cup of coffee and a donut? Today is National Donut Day, and 85 years ago in 1938, the Salvation Army in Chicago celebrated the very first National Donut Day, which honored the donut lassies who provided support and donuts to soldiers in the trenches. Continuing that tradition today, the Salvation Army of La Crosse County partnered with Quick Trip to help deliver donuts to local organizations that assist veterans.
We're really excited for today. We get to get out into the community, we get our volunteers to get out into the community, we get to thank veterans and have some partnerships going on.
Quick Trip donated 50 donut boxes towards the Salvation Army today. And for every donut Linda's Bakery in West Salem sold today, they're donating 50 cents towards the Salvation Army's Make a House a Home Fund. Well, this weekend, community members are taking their talent to the stage. The Special Needs Dream Team is holding a karaoke and talent show on Sunday. The show will be at the American Legion Post 52 in La Crosse. Performers who have special needs or are living with disabilities will show off their singing skills and talents. The show runs from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. You can register and get a free ticket online. We'll have a link on our website. Well, still ahead, 2 La Crosse parks are back open. Plus, a nonprofit is looking for help to keep families cool as summer heats up.
And I'm First Warn meteorologist Eric Dean. In the world of weather, scattered showers not out of the question, especially across our northern zone for the overnight hours. The 90s will continue, but there is a cool down ahead, and we'll talk about that with my 8-day forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for Auto Show, where you can experience new Ford SUVs firsthand. Then head to your Northland Ford dealers for exclusive offers like 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Hurry in today. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WIS-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin is a place to discover, a place to explore, a place to slow down. Summer in Prairie du Chien is a place for fun and a place to gather. Whether it's on the Mississippi River, at a historic site, or a great event, Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin is a place for it all. Visit us and learn more at prairieduchien.org.
Love your home but hate your bathroom? Convert the ugly old tub to a safe, convenient walk-in shower or a new soaker tub if that's your style. Remove your old flooring, toilet, vanity, and replace it with one of the wonderful options found in our showroom. Designers to plan it, carpenters, electricians, and plumbers to complete it. The Board Store Home Improvements. Improving your home, improving your life. Bathrooms, kitchen, flooring, and more. Call or visit our showroom at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
Spring is a great time to plan your next home improvement project. Call now for a free estimate on windows, doors, siding, sunrooms, decks, baths, kitchens, or flooring. Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
2 La Crosse parks are back open. Earlier this week, the city shut down Cameron and Burns Park for cleaning and maintenance. The closures displaced people living unsheltered who had set up camp in the parks. Today, the city took down the fences in time for the farmers market to return to Cameron Park. Vendors were all set up. The farmers market is every Friday from 4 in the afternoon until dusk. A La Crosse nonprofit is in need of donations to help keep people cool this summer. The Exchange is a furniture bank in La Crosse that provides basic furniture to people who need help when moving into a new place. They're looking for either portable or window unit air conditioners. The organization has only 1 unit in stock right now, and it's already been spoken for. They're also taking any oscillating fans and box fans to help keep homes cool this summer.
It's hot and heat stroke is a very big, issue and concern when we have families in homes and apartments without airflow or cool air.
The Exchange has afternoon drop-off hours for those looking to donate. All items must be clean and in working condition if they've been used before. The Exchange does also accept brand new items. We'll have a list of the needed items as well as a link to the Exchange's website with more information on how to donate at news8000.com. And speaking of fans, it's definitely headed in that direction where we're going to need all of the fans that we can get to keep cool.
Most definitely, especially this weekend where we have the temperatures in the upper 80s, low 90s yet again. Now, I will say this, we've got a lot of things going on this weekend, so it's definitely going to be a good weekend to get out and enjoy it. Good evening, everybody. We did have some rain push through the Coulee region that has since tapered off. Here's a look at the radar scan, and you're sitting here noticing the map, and you're noticing it's something a little bit different. Most storms usually move, west to east. This is not the case. This is actually moving east to west. Now, this system is doing what's called retrograding, which means it's going the opposite direction. So that's why we're seeing a lot of this clear out. Also, we've lost the daytime heating as well. So very interesting situation on the radar. Now, earlier today, we did have some outflow boundaries, 3 of them actually, just to the east of La Crosse, push its way through the Coulee region as well. So let's take a look here at Sky Tracker. We'll help you plan your Saturday. We'll start the day with a mixture of sun and clouds by 7 a.m. As we go into the afternoon hours, maybe a little bit of a stray shower just to the east of La Crosse. I did take the rain chances out for the majority of us for Saturday and Sunday, and you're noticing that wind still shifting out of the east and northeast, so we'll keep the winds in play there. By Sunday morning, you see abundant sunshine again. The clouds will start to pick up again by Sunday evening. Now, don't forget, for weather anytime, day or night, you can download the free News 8000 First Warn Weather app on your mobile device to receive that information. Just grab your cell phone, scan that QR code, and it'll take you right there to the link. Speaking of that, look at this. Right now, we're at 71 degrees. Humidity is at 65%. We have a nice, calm wind out there. One thing that you can check out on the app is the hour-by-hour forecast. You're seeing the temperatures staying in the 60s. We're going to have a right around 68, 69 degrees for the overnight hours. When you wake up in the morning, though, temperatures will be in the mid-60s. Take a look here at the radar right now, and you're noticing, again, that line of showers moving its way across portions of Minnesota. It is tapering off now as we lose the heating of the day. So one thing to note with all the rain, the allergies. Thank goodness the weed and the pine is on the low and medium side. The grass, though, is still going to be on the high end for the weekend. Now, we did make it to 92 today, almost at 72. I don't think so. 92 today. So there's 2 days where we were above average for the month. Our average high for this time of year right there is 78 degrees. So when you wake up in the morning, hey, it's going to be a mild start. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s will greet you. 56 in Tomah, 56 Sparta, 56 Black River Falls. Stanley, you'll make it to 59, 66 in La Crosse, 63 Trempealeau. New Albany, you'll make it to 63. Same story in Decorah. So the rain chance, for the most part, it's out of here for tonight. We'll see the clouds dissipate as well. We'll see abundant sunshine, like I said, for your Saturday morning. Sky Tracker's trying to paint maybe a stray shower or two. I'm not really buying that as of right now. I think we'll stay mainly sunny for Saturday as well as Sunday. So here's your forecast for Saturday. You see right there, upper 80s, low 90s again. So again, if you have plans this weekend, I know we got a lot of things going on across the Coulee region. Definitely get out and enjoy it, but make sure you stay hydrated. So the 90s will continue as we go into your Sunday. We'll go to 87 Monday, and then look at this, do it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday we have a rain chance, but Wednesday, Thursday, we're going into the upper 70s, and the upper 70s, that's where we should be for this time of year anyway. So if you're not a big fan of the heat, well, just wait midweek and it'll feel pretty much where we should be.
Sounds good. Still looking forward to the sunshine, though.
Me too.
Thank you, Eric.
You bet.
Well, coming up in sports, we told you all about the fans filling La Crosse and surrounding communities. And now the athletes are running and jumping their way to titles. WIAA State Track and Field Championships are underway at UWL. Rob's in next with all of the action.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. Whether you need routine care or specialty care, Mayo Clinic Health System offers the best options for care where and when you and your family needs it.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Who loves a good game of Plinko? Wesco and Sparta is making sure your price is right. Come on in and play a game of Plinko to see what your discount is. Discounts up to 30% off in select departments. What discount will you get? Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
9 locations, 6 days, 1 name. Don't miss Pleasureland RV's largest RV sale ever. Memorial Day through Saturday, we're clearing out inventory at 30% off, 40% off, even 45% off. Brand new travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, ice houses, and pop-ups from the nation's top manufacturers. Just look for these star-studded savings online and on the lot during the largest RV sale ever at Pleasureland RV, best in the Midwest.
30 years ago, it was my job to convince people to buy overpriced stuff they couldn't afford, they didn't want, and they didn't even need. Well, after doing that for 2 years, I decided people need to be informed, not convinced. So don't you think it's time to discover Firefighters Credit Union, where you can be informed and not convinced?
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
For the next 2 days, La Crosse, Wisconsin is the place to be. The best track and field athletes in the state taking over the UWL campus for the state track meet. These young men and women have put in the work all year for a chance to be called state champ. Roger Herring Stadium jam-packed this morning for the state meet. Let's jump right to Division II pole vault. Arcadia's Cassidy Peeler clearance 11 feet 6 inches. The junior almost going for 11.9, almost gets it done, not quite, but 11.6 is more than enough for first place overall. She's worked all year for this moment, and now Peeler is officially a state champ.
It feels great. It's just words, I feel like words can't describe how happy and just proud of myself I am that, because this was my goal, this is what I wanted, and just was able to make it happen, so it's just great. Thinking back to last year, right when I stepped off the podium, I already knew what I wanted for this season, and that was to be a champion. So I definitely use that as fuel to know I can do this, and I was able to do it today.
All right, what a day for high jumpers from our area. In Division III, Cashton Jr. Jack Schliessner finishes as a state runner-up as he clears 6 feet 5 inches. That's 10 big points. That puts the Eagles in second after day one. He's followed by Wazeeka Steuben's Lucius Cooley. Cool name. Clears 6 feet 4 inches. That's good enough for fourth place. Coming in sixth is Luther's Jack Schmeling. He clears 6 feet 2 inches. Good enough for sixth place. He's followed by New Lisbon's Nikita Schenkel. Finishes seventh. Moving to boys long jump now in Division III. Kickapoo Lafarge's Adric Eggy scores a jump of 21 feet 8.5 inches. Congrats to the freshman on a fourth place finish. More from Kickapoo Lafarge, this time in discus. Jalen Nagel throws 116 feet 10 inches, scoring the senior a fifth place finish. Let's keep it going in Division III girls pole vault. Westby's Megan Nelson, an impressive showing here. The senior clearing 10 feet 6 inches. That's good enough for third. Onto the track now, a couple of Cochrane Fountain City athletes in action. Addie Dillman comes in fourth in the 1,600-meter run. She gets a spot on the podium. And then it was the boys' turn for the 3,200-meter race. CFC's Wesley Princhinsky busting it down the final stretch. He finishes in second overall at 9 minutes, 36.88 seconds. All right, let's go to the grueling 4x800 relay on the boys' side. Lacrosse Logan in action. The Rangers with a solid showing. They take third place overall. And a big shout out to Ithaca Weston's Kaylee Peterson, the junior, getting a spot on the podium as well. She places fifth in the 800-meter run. Let's do some boys' prelims. 110 hurdles. PDC's Blake Theory going to lead the pack tomorrow. The Blackhawks junior qualifying with a top time of 15.07. Joining Theory tomorrow will be Logan's Avon Smith, the senior, placing seventh with a time of 15.84. So two of our athletes qualify for tomorrow. 100-meter dash prelims. Cashin's Braylee Hyatt puts herself in a good spot for tomorrow. The Eagles senior flying toward the finish line with a second-place time of 12.66, just a hundredth of a second behind the first-place finisher. On the boys' side in D2, no surprise here. Aquinas' Colin Conzemius advances to the finals. The blue-gold senior posts a first-place time of 10.94. He'll be there tomorrow to capture the 100-meter crown. He'll also be looking to keep his title as the king of the 200-meter race. Conzemius places second overall with a time of 21.87. Early session went smoothly. Same can't be said, though, for Division I tonight. A long lightning and rain delay putting a damper on the night session, but we'll have all the action from day 2 tomorrow at 6 and 10. On to the diamond now. Brewers opening up a set in Cincy against the Reds. Top 2, Milwaukee strikes first. Thanks to this guy, Joey Weimer. He belts a 2-run blast to left center. It's 2-0 Crew. But the Reds respond in the third. Jonathan India, with a man on, gets all of this one to right field. That's not coming back. 2-run shot from India puts Cincinnati on top. Brewers would tie the game at 3, but in the 6th, something you don't see too often from Corbin Burns, the Brewers ace, frustrated about a few calls he thought were missed. He spikes the ball here, and that'll be all for Burns. He gets tossed, but the Brewers break the tie in the 11th. Bases full for Victor Caratini. You got to love the hustle down the line. He beats it out at first. Brewers jump back in front 4-3. Milwaukee hangs on for the win by a final of 5-4. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
This season, LCT's Black Box series projects the voices of the LGBTQ community. Dramas, comedies, and musicals make up this very important series. Series passes are now on sale. To purchase yours, call the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
Hey, Nick. Want your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
G&T, the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today. $2,500 hiring bonus.
Are you tired of looking out your dirty windows? Cooley Region Window Cleaning is here to help. Locally owned with honest and fair pricing, and satisfaction is always guaranteed. More than dirty windows? If it's on your house, we can clean it. Call 769-7048 today for your free quote and get $100 off your service. Cooley Region Window Cleaning, we're doggone good. Call 769-7048 today or visit CooleyRegionWindowCleaning.com.
Hey, it's Brody from Great River Harley-Davidson. It's hard to believe they're already coming up on our 2-year anniversary. We want to celebrate it the Great River way, so I'm inviting everyone to our 2nd anniversary celebration. Stop by and see us anytime at Great River Harley-Davidson.
This season, LCT's Black Box series projects the voices of the LGBTQ community. Dramas, comedies, and musicals make up this very important series. Series passes are now on sale. To purchase yours, call the LCT box office or visit lacrossetheater.org.
When it comes to bison, a Twin Cities park is in the middle of a baby boom. Last month, Spring Lake Park Reserve in Hastings was surprised by the birth of not just one, but 4 new calves. John Lauriston shows us what that means for the park and the prairie.
Birds coming up from Central and South America will join up with the Central Flyway, the Mississippi Flyway.
As Natural Resources Manager, Tom Lewanski has had a hand in restoring about 150 acres of prairie between Rosemount and Hastings. The land has responded, but one thing that's been missing are the grazers.
The native grazer in North America was the bison. At one time, there were between 40 and 60 million bison that roamed across the prairies of North America.
180 years ago, they were killed or driven off by European settlers and close to extinction. But last fall, 8 females were reintroduced to this park, coming from Blue Mounds and Minneopa State Parks, where similar efforts are taking place. Little did Tom know, these bison arrived with a bonus.
We were surprised. We knew that they could be pregnant, and lo and behold, one of the 2-year-old cows gave birth. And 24 hours later, another one of the 2-year-olds gave birth.
2 more cows also had calves last month, for a grand total of 4 babies, and each one will play an important role in prairie restoration.
Bison can weigh up to a ton, and their impact is huge. By being here, they're helping native flowers, insects, and so much more.
About 95% of their diet is native grasses. By eating them, native flowers can flourish.
It's a cascading effect, if you will. The more flowers you have, the more insects you have, the more insects, the more birds and mammals and things like that. So it really helps to develop the whole community.
By doing so, they also hope to educate visitors on what the bison of yesteryear and today mean to the Dakota people.
Providing the opportunity to help tell that story is another exciting component of this project.
Zolman Zoo in Rochester is also part of the Minnesota Bison Conservation Herd. Its goal is to eventually have up to 500 bison roaming prairie lands.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's gear up for it with an SUV like the Ford Bronco Sport. It has a terrain management system with 5 standard GOAT modes, so you can go over any type of terrain. Plus, 4x4 capability is standard across the entire lineup. Be adventure ready with Ford Bronco Sport. Now, get a new Ford Bronco Sport with 1.9% financing for 66 months, plus $2,000 FlexBuy cash, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
Time is running out on the Memorial Day sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. It's the final weekend of the area's biggest furniture sale. You'll find incredible savings from the biggest names like Flex Steel, Smith Brothers, Stressless, and Daniels Amish. Only at Drury's will you find store-wide sale prices, special 24-month financing, and even free gas. Store-wide savings you don't want to miss. But you'll have to hurry. It's the final weekend of the Memorial Day sale. It all ends Monday at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Community. It's baked into everything we do. And with Perkins Strawberry Freshtival, everyone can enjoy fresh strawberries, starting at just $8.99. Indulge in all our favorites. And don't forget a slice of strawberry pie from our bakery. Order online at perkinstogo.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
The kitchen is the heart of every home, and if the time has come for a little heart surgery for your home, visit the house doctors at the Board Store. The Board Store is a one-stop destination for everything you need to make your old kitchen new again. Fantastic choices in cabinets, countertops, fixtures, and flooring. Experienced designers to create your dream kitchen, and our own carpenters, electricians, and plumbers to make it real. For a new kitchen, new bathroom, or new flooring, visit the Board Store, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
Let's look at the 8-day upper 80s, low 90s this weekend. Cooler for for next week.
All right.
All right, and we want to give a shout out to our director, Amalia. It's her last day here at News 8. She makes all of this happen. Thank you so much for
Makes us look
everything.
good.
Right.
I love it.
All right, we'll see you back here for tomorrow night.